Recording in progress.
Okay, good morning everyone. So last session we learned about working with all forms concept. Now next important, today we will see how we can work with forms in real world, how they are designed. So what we are going to learn today is we will see how to use bootstrap form classes. How we can work with bootstrap form classes, we will see. Already we learned forms, how to create them. All elements we learned. But those elements are not exactly how you see in real-time projects and all. That means how you see in real-time websites. To make them good in appearance, to make better and good in appearance, we need some important ready-made effects we can apply by using Bootstrap. Today we will see Bootstrap classes for making the forms in a more better way, right? So what are the Bootstrap classes and how to use them? Actually, Bootstrap already we learned, that is Bootstrap icons. In that only icons will come. But there is another Bootstrap where you will get icons and lot of other effects also, right? Let's see. That means you need two important classes. One is Bootstrap icons. Another one is Bootstrap. Icons already you installed. You know how to set up and install the icons already. Now, if you can set up this Bootstrap also, then more better appearance you can give for forms. We will see how to do that. Later, you will learn separate Bootstrap. When separately we learn Bootstrap, more concepts you will learn there. Here I am discussing Bootstrap only related to forms, how to work with them. So in the first point here is, when you are trying to use Bootstrap icons, you installed Bootstrap icons. How you installed? npm install bootstrap icons. So and save. Same Bootstrap also you have to install. npm install bootstrap and save. Now Bootstrap people will give you a CSS for Bootstrap. They will provide a CSS for Bootstrap. Actually that CSS is present in, that means Bootstrap CSS library. Bootstrap CSS library, it is in node modules. Node underscore modules. In the node modules, you will find Bootstrap. In Bootstrap, you will find CSS. In that CSS, you will find dist. In that dist, actually it is Bootstrap dist. In that CSS, in that bootstrap.css. So this is the file that you have to link in order to use Bootstrap. To use Bootstrap, you have to link that file. Right? So let's see how it works. First, we have to install Bootstrap and link that file so that we can start using Bootstrap. Let's do open the project. And in this project, this is our Flipkart. Let's install Bootstrap. I will open a terminal. Already I told you, change PowerShell to command prompt. So here what we have to do, npm install, what is it? Bootstrap, and save. We are installing Bootstrap. Okay. Now Bootstrap is installed. Once it is installed, now you can link that to any page where you want to use. For example, first I will add a new page called form demo.html. Already it is there, right? Suppose I say form bootstrap demo.html. Okay. Now in this page, I will create a simple page, and here bootstrap form, and I will keep a simple heading. This is register. Usually the page looks like this. That's the page how it looks like initially. Now I will link the bootstrap CSS file here. Link relation is equal to style sheet. href, it is in node modules. In node modules, earlier we have bootstrap icons. Now bootstrap. In that dist, in that CSS, in that bootstrap.css. Bootstrap.css. We have to link that file. After linking the file, one special you will see is some effects are automatically applied. You see now the effects here. Is there any change from previous and now? Font and some alignment changes also there. That means actually Bootstrap is already applying some effects. More effects we can apply by learning its classes. Hundreds of Bootstrap classes will be there. You will learn separate Bootstrap. Here I will discuss the classes which are required for forms, only forms. So let's see. To give a good appearance here, we already installed, set up this Bootstrap CSS. Now, first we will design one small screen, and we will learn how to give a correct appearance for that, right? So I will create one page like this. In the body section, let's add a form. Now in the form, we will put a simple heading as a register user. Okay. Now after that, I want to design the screen for form. What is the correct tradition? How a form in real time is designed correctly? What is the correct tradition is, for every field, we need to create a div. That means username is one field, password is another field, age another field, like that. For every field, you create one container. After that, in this container, every field should have a field name. Field name is defined with label. Field names are defined with label. For label, I will use username. Okay. Under that label, for input of username, we need a text box that you have to keep in another div. In the div, we will put a text box. Input type is equal to text. And as per rules, I told you every element should have a name. I will give username. Now, under this label, this div will come because div will have a line break. It will display in a new line, right? Now, this label should work for this text box. You need a binding between the text box and label. For that, label have an attribute called for. It should work for which field? Field name. Field name is username. This name should match with the name you entered for text box. This is very, very important in future when you are manipulating the form. Because later when you are learning JavaScript and all, if username have some error, then automatically entire username field we can highlight. How we can highlight? Generally, if you highlight only this text box, then what will happen? The text box will highlight. How you can access all related to text box? You can use this username. And how label is related to this text box? Because it is written with what? For. If I don't use this, then label is not related to text box. It may look below. It may look above that particular text box, but it is not having any relation. If you don't have relation, then dynamically you cannot control it. For that, what we have to do? We have to put an attribute. What is that attribute for? Okay. This is one field we designed. Okay, next, another field. In this label, this is password, and we will give for and password. A div and input type is equal to password. And the name is what? Password. That is the option. So we have the name and password defined. So every field you maintain like this, right? Now temporarily, I will give another div. And here label I will give as for city and your city. And we will put a div and we will put a select. Select will have an option. So some choose city. And select have an option like some Delhi, like this. We learned how to use that. So this is city. Here we are defined. Now we have this have a name. Name is what? City. Thing is fine now. Now we just initially used these three details. Okay. Next we will put a button. After that, design a div. This have a button, some register. Now this is all the options we are having. These are all the options we are having. Okay. Initially, it looks like this. It is looking like this. That's the look. We will make it center screen. To make it center screen, what we are doing, we are adding style, display as what? Which one? The body. Body, display as flex, justify content center, align items center. Body height, I will give some 500 pixel. Then it looks center. Now just I will add for form also, padding as 20 pixel. Form have border, 1 pixel solid, some gray. That's a form interface we created. This is a simple thing we design, simple concept we design. Now, how to keep the appearance perfectly, how we can add the appearance perfectly. Let's see how to give the appearance for that, how we can add and define the appearance, right? Now, let's go to the Bootstrap here. First, learn the classes. Bootstrap have lot of classes. One by one, category wise, we will learn. First, I am not discussing all classes as of now. We will discuss related to form, right? So first one is you need to know about Bootstrap margin classes. Margin classes, generally, if you want to set margin, how many are there? Margin, top, left, right, and bottom margins are there. If you want margins, we have classes called .m. This is all directions. If you want to set the margin, right? Is it working? Huh? I mean, is there? 1 second. Okay, so M, it is used to set all directions. All directions, if you want margin, you can give. Suppose you want only specific direction, you have. So MS, this is for left. Actually, S means start. So we have like ME. M is for right. E stands for end. End means right. So we have MT for top. We have MB for bottom. And important, the value can be value 1 to 4. Value can be 1 to 4. Maximum you can give 4. More than that, if you want, you have to manually write, right? Maximum we can give only 4. That means, example, how to write. Suppose I want to apply some right margin to any form or div or anything, then we have to put a class ME4. Like this we can give. That means margin right 4. MS4 means margin left. MT is margin top. Between 1 to 4 you can give. That means you can give the value from 1 to 4. Maximum 4. It will have small gap. If you want more than that, you write manually. So if you don't want more than what it is giving, that's enough. You can try this, right? It's not necessary that you have to use them. If you are not satisfied with what they give, you can add more space. Okay, this is margins. Let's do this now. I want some gap between every field. That means I want gap between every field. Username field, password field, your city, button. Then what I will do is, for this field, bottom margin we will increase. For every field, bottom margin we will increase. Let's do here. Let's go here. Simple. For username div, That is the container. We will put a class margin bottom 4. Now you can see it will have some space now. Now the space is added between username and password. If it looks more space, maximum 4 only you can give, 1 to 4. You can't have another. If you want to reduce little bit, then M2, margin 2. Okay, little space is adjusted. We don't want much space, we can add. So similarly, after password, class margin bottom 2. We can apply multiple classes also, like margin top 2. We can adjust, we can apply multiple classes. As of now, this is okay. Some gap is here. After this city also, after the city, I will class margin 2, margin bottom 2. Some gap will come. You can see this. So, but for button, I will give more gap. I will put class margin top as 3. Some gap will come. These are the classes for margins. Anywhere, if you want to put margin, you can put like this. Okay. These are the ready-made classes. Now it looks simple. You don't need to write margin left, margin right. You can simply apply a class. Same, we have bootstrap padding classes. Bootstrap padding classes. Padding classes are defined by using P. P is all directions. And padding left, padding right, padding top, and padding bottom. Same concept. This is left, this right, this is top, and this is bottom. Same value. Value will be 1 to how much? 4. Same syntax you can apply for class P, E, some 4. Like this we can give. So for margins, you have M class. For padding, you have P class. Let's see now. Let's apply that padding and see how it works, right? Now I will do one thing. Actually, for form, you see for the form, I given padding 20 pixel here now. I will remove this. Now you will see there is no padding. There is no padding here. There is no gap between border and all. So let's go to the form. Here we will apply class. I will say P4, then all directions 4. You will get a gap. Suppose I will give PS4. PS4 means it will be only left padding. I want right padding also. PE, what 4? Right side also padding is there. I want top padding. Then PT 3 or 2 I am giving, small, less gap. Bottom also I need padding. Then we will give PB and suppose 3. And you see that padding bottom is 3. You can put all directions. You can put any specific direction that you can add by using padding. So margins and padding are simple. We can apply margin and padding by using this, right? For margin, apply M class. For padding, apply P class. This makes design fast. We don't need to write lengthy logic, right? Now, next important, you have bootstrap borders. For bootstrap provides simple borders. You can simply use the class. So bootstrap border classes, these are. What are the bootstrap border classes? We have simple border. We have just border. We have like border size you can give. Size can be 1 to 3 only. 1 to 3 border size we can give. We can give border contextual. Contextual means colors. Contextual colors. Context based colors. Context based colors will be like primary color, secondary color, success color, danger color, warning color, info color, dark color, light color, like this. These are called contextual. That means danger means red, success means green, warning means yellow. Like that, it will set ready-made colors. That is contextual. So let's see how it works. I will do one more thing now. For form, I will remove border also. That means we are not defining any border also form. Form is not having border. Now let's write here border. Border. Okay. You will see very thin border is there. Very thin border comes here. That is the thin border it is having actually. Very thin border. Thickness we will increase. After you write border 3. 3 is maximum. You can see border 3 means thickness will come. Now you want color for border. You can just apply border primary. Then it will give blue color. Suppose I given border dark, that is black color. Border success, that is green color. Border danger, that is red color. Like this it will apply. We can apply border color. Suppose I said primary, that is the border you can apply. So you don't need to write any separate classes and all. We can just apply these ready-made classes. It becomes more simple now. Okay. Next important. Here in this classes, we have syntax I will tell here. Suppose any div, we can apply the class as border, border size, and border contextual. Like this we can apply. Next, we have rounded, dot rounded. Border have radius. Dot rounded. Here also rounded, so size. Size you can define 1, 2, 3 again. Rounded size. We have rounded pill, and we have like rounded circle. Like this we have rounded pill, rounded circle, rounded size. These are used for curved you want to display. For example, you see now here, these are exact sharp borders. Just what I will do here in the form, I will add one more class. Remember these classes, there is no order. You can write any class anywhere. Suppose I am adding rounded, and you can see little rounded will come. We can keep here rounded, suppose size 3. So little bit more will come. You can put rounded circle. It is not suitable for this. Circle means the content width and height should match for that. For example, circle, it looks like this. That means this content width, height are not matching for what we have. Suppose you have a picture, height adjust, width adjust, you can do that, right? So we have rounded pill. Pill will come like this. Pill. For that, you need to adjust the width, you will see. Pill circle depending on width and height. Suppose I am writing form. For form, I'm writing width. Width as 400 pixel. Form width 400 pixel. Now see pill will come like this. So 600 pixel. You see pill means like this. But it is not suitable for us because our content is different and the border is different. So we can use circle also, right? So we can give rounded. Rounded what? Circle. Rounded circle will come like this. Depending on height and width, we can apply. These were good when you are defining. So here I will remove. These are good when you are defining images or anything. Right? For example, suppose at the top here in the form, here I will keep an image. I will keep an image source. So it is from, so images. In images, let's take some image like some developer.jpg. Width is some 50, height also some 50. Like this, width and height is defined. That is the image we are having. Now what we will do is this image, we will just keep here class as rounded. Rounded. And what rounded? Rounded circle. Circle. Then it will display like this now. For such type of contents, they are good. They are not good everywhere. So suppose I remove this and keep in that register here. And you see it will be like this. So this is okay for certain type of content. Depending on width and height, you can directly apply like that. This is a simple option, like how we can apply border, how you can apply rounded. Simple syntax here. Suppose you are using an image, you can put a class rounded, you can say rounded circle. Like this you can add, right? This is basically borders, margins and padding. How you apply border, how you apply margin and how you apply the paddings, right? Now with that we got some idea like, okay, we don't need to write lot of CSS now. We can just apply the class. Still form is not ready. We are making setup for keeping the form correctly, right? For that we are using margin, padding and all. Okay, next important, you need to know Bootstrap. Bootstrap button classes. So many are there. Bootstrap have a lot of classes for displaying buttons in a perfect way. What are the classes it have? BTN. BTN contextual. Contextual means again same. What are those? Primary, danger, warning, understood? Success. All these comes under tech contextual. Another BTN. BTN, so size. Size means we have LG and we have SM, small and large. These are nothing but size. We have BTN outline, outline contextual. Outline contextual means outline danger, outline success, outline, all these are outline contextual. We have a BTN group, and we have BTN group vertical. And we have special buttons called BTN close and BTN link and BTN toolbar. Like this we have. These are all the classes related to buttons. Now don't ask how to remember all these classes. You have to use your brain. Huh? How to remember all these classes? How do I say how you will remember? You use your brain to remember all these classes, because some people ask, sir, so many are there, how to remember? How to remember? You have to remember. Eh? What, I have to do some brain implantation to you then? Injections, some injections I have to give so that you will remember them, right? So there is nothing like blindly you remember, because can't see help will come. Help you can't expect every time. That means when you are typing BI, some help is coming sometimes. That is not sure every time. In that case, situation wise, context wise, because it is not difficult to remember, because for buttons you have BTN. For text box, for text effects, they have text, right? For margins M, padding P, display D, positions. They have similar type of names. So it is not difficult. You know the concept, you can expect that similar name will be there, right? But I will show you complete list from where you can get help. Same like icons. How you used icons, some icons you remembered, some icons rarely we have to go to website search. That I will show you where you can search for these classes if you forgot, right? That I will show that. So we have buttons, and these are all button classes. Let's apply this and see how to work with these button classes, right? Now I am going here. We have a button. For this button, let's go to the button. Yeah. For this button, we are applying the class called BTN. So BTN, you see, it is a button class and it looks normal. Nothing special is there here. Right? So it is just here. It is showing like this. Now we can add more now. After BTN primary, you can see button looks like this. Right? You have a different appearance for button. We have like button success. We have a different button. We have like button BTN danger. So we have a button like this. We have buttons, ready-made buttons are available. Now important is we have button danger. We have like button outline danger. Then it is a different. You see mouse over like this. Ordinary buttons, outlined buttons, you will have different buttons. And you see that is button, BTN contextual, BTN outline. Large and small size buttons. For example, suppose there is another button. So this is cancel. And I am giving class BTN danger. And this is BTN success. BTN success, BTN danger, like this we are applying. This is the button success, but this is the button danger. One outline, one normal I have used. Now you see here, suppose for this button, BTN SM. SM means small. Small means it will be little small than the original. Right? You can keep small buttons if your form is normal, not normal. You can give, suppose I remove this, then this is normal. You can give BTN LG for large. You see large button, it is little large than normal. You can apply different size. You don't define default, it will be normal. Default, it will be normal. Suppose I give BTN SM, and here also I am giving BTN SM. These are small buttons we are having here. Actually, these two buttons are kept in one container. Then you can see they look separated. Then you can make them look like same BTN group. You can see if two buttons are there, you can make them group. They look like this, attached. So this is mostly used to combine two buttons and show, right? You have same type of color. Suppose this is outline danger, and you can see they look like attached. These are button groups actually. You can keep one below another. That is button group vertical. Vertical means they will come one below another. Sometimes you design toolbars, home, about, contact, left side. Then we use vertical buttons. Such designs we will do. We will create such. Now, if you want to combine, then you can use a button group. So otherwise not required. Button group is not required. They look normal. Now, this is the buttons we are having, how the buttons are there. So this is just basically button classes. So syntax, I will give the syntax here. So we will keep the syntax. Button have a class called btn, and btn some primary like this. btn sm, that is small. Like this, some we said some insert or something, button close. Now, if you are keeping some group of buttons, div and class, you can apply btn group, you can apply, and you can add the buttons inside. This is button 1 and this is button 2. Just syntax I am giving first. That means all these buttons can be combined as one group. You have special buttons like close, link. Special buttons means, for example, here I am giving another div, okay, and here I will give a class margin top as some 3. Another div is added there, and here I will write an option, a button. So existing user, then login. Right? Like this, I give an existing user login. But this should look like class btn and btn link I am giving. It will look like a hyperlink. But it is not link. It is a button. Button looking like a hyperlink. We have special appearance like that. We can add by using this option. btn link. It looks like link button, but it will work for button only. It is a button. It's not a link. Looks like that link. We have special button, for example, at the top. At the top right side here after user, I'm adding a button here. You can see there is a button here. Now for this button, I will apply a class btn close. btn close, and you see close button looks like this. That's a close button here. So it is, suppose btn sm I am giving, that means small, so little size adjust. But btn close is a ready-made button style you have. Button style we are having, that is the close button. We will make them work in the later stage. When user close, then that form will close. Such interfaces we can design in the next levels. So this is actually, so buttons with different styles. So we have link button, we have close button, we have group buttons and all. btn toolbar means it is used for designing toolbars. That I will show in a separate concept. While learning Bootstrap, I will tell you. Here I am not concentrating on other design. I am concentrating on only form design, right? In form design, what are required, we will see. Button groups, button toolbars, usually we use while working with complex designs. Later we will see that, how we can apply them, right? Here also I can add, but topic will divert. We will just stick to the form concept. This is all button related classes. So what are the classes you have seen up to now? Margin classes, padding classes, border classes, button classes. Now we have Bootstrap form element classes. We have form element classes. We have bootstrap form element classes. Form element classes means form elements means we know text box, numbers, and all are there. We have special classes. We have form control. Form control. What is the purpose of this form control? It is used for text. It is used for password. It is used for number. It is used for date, email, URL. So for all these, you can use anything else. String based is there, text area. For all these, you can use form control. We can use form control. Input type, email, URL, and input type. We have text area separately. For all these, you can use form control. For that, we have form select. Form select is used for drop down and list box. For you have form range. Form range is used for range. Range input already I told you. It is used for color. Input type color we learned, right? So we have form file. This is used for file, input type file. So these are basically have form label. Form label is for labels. If anywhere label is there, you can apply form label. Next, we are having the classes called form check input. Form check input, it is for radio and checkbox. We have form check Okay, so let's continue here. Yep. So in this now, next option is these are the controls. Yeah. Form check label is for labels used for checkbox and radio. We have form switch. It is for radio and checkbox containers. For container, you can use form switch. What is a radio checkbox container is nothing but in which container you kept them, radios and checkboxes, in a div or somewhere in which container you kept. These are the classes for bootstrap elements. Form elements. From form elements, we have these classes. Let's apply and see. For example, what I will do now, let's go to the design. Yeah. This is text box. What is the class for text box? First, we have label. Observe carefully. Label text box are one below another attached. I will use here for labels, we have to apply a class called form label. When I apply form label, you can see some gap is there. Automatically some margin padding is adjusted for them. This is not having, password is not having. So that is because of this label. Wherever label comes, you apply that. For password label, form label. For a city label, form label. That's enough. You can see some gap is there. Okay. Next, what is the class for text box? For text box, we use a class called form control. And automatically you see it looks like this now. That is a different appearance for, that is the different appearance for text box. This is also same, but look different. For password, same class. What is the class for text box number? We have to use what? Form control. Form control will give you like this. What about drop downs? For drop down, there is a separate class called form select. And drop down looks different now. The drop down looks different. So drop down, username, password, the form looks better appearance. And when you are using the buttons, one more I will tell you, actually for any element, so bootstrap width class, bootstrap width class, we have W. W you can give 25, 50, 75 and 100 only. Other values not allowed. You can give only these 25, 50, 75, 100. Anything additionally you want, you have to manually apply that. Okay. So now what I will do is here, I will put only one button. I will remove this outline and all. I will just keep BTN primary. You see the button looks like this. And I will simply apply for that W100. W100 width 100. It fits according to the width of your form. So that you can apply for button. So if you want to fit according to the size, right? And you see here also, suppose I given W100, then it will fit to the center. That means actually it adjusts according to the width, right? So this is a button, this is the buttons, and these are text box, passwords and all. Actually in this form, there are no other elements. Suppose we will put them temporarily. Let me add here another div and class margin top 2, and I will put label. Suppose I given select price. So here I define div. Input type is what? Range. And the name is what? Price. And this label should work for label for what? Price. And class is form label. And you see slider looks like this now. Slider looks like this. Now what you can do is simply you can apply a class form range. Form range, automatically its appearance is different now. That means its appearance is different. It doesn't looks like normal. That is the range that you have defined for that. Little bit body height I will adjust to 600. Okay. And okay, now let's add one more thing. Suppose you know that range how to define. So input min is equal to 1, max is equal to some 1000, value is 1. Then it starts from beginning. value is suppose 500, it starts from certain place. Value is 200, it will start from there. Like that depends on value, you already know that, right? So for text box, passwords, number, date, you have form control. For drop downs, you are having form range, form select, and sliders, we have form range. Some special is there. Actually, we will add one more div, class margin top 2. Here, I will add an option here, label called subscribe. Subscribe. So here we are keeping a class as form label. Okay. Below this, we will keep a checkbox. Input type is equal to checkbox. And when you look at the checkbox here, class name as subscribe. Subscribe. And here we have a label. Yes. Actually, subscribe. And you see, this is the checkbox we are having. But checkbox looks quite ordinary here. What we will do? First, for label beside checkbox, we have to apply a class called form check label. Okay, label will have little adjustment. For checkbox, we have a class called form check input. This is for checkbox. Now checkbox looks little different. You see its selection, background, blue and all. But recently, one new concept is added for checkbox and radios. This is checkbox container. You apply here as form switch. Automatically, the checkbox turn to a switch like this. This is the switch here. Checked means selected. This is the switch. Actually, this is a checkbox or a radio. Both can have this appearance. That is the one of the major problem. I already told you so many times that you will see some real-time design and you will think that some new concept is used in designing. No, the concept is what you learned, but they modified it with some effects in such a way you will feel like it is something new, right? Many times this doubt will come. You will see some website and come and ask how to design it. You haven't taught us, right? I taught you everything what is used for real world website design in HTML. Nothing more is used than what you learned. Only the point they will not use in the same way how you learned. That they modify, that is their requirement. That means if I don't tell this to you, tomorrow you will come and ask, sir, in one website I saw a slider is switch is there, how to design it? So is it a special element? It is not a special element. It is checkbox. Only the point is you don't know that it is a checkbox until or unless somebody tells you that. That checkbox is changed in such a way that it looks different. That is the point about CSS. So many things you will see like this. Once you know Bootstrap, you will understand that, right? But this is a new appearance for what? Checkbox, right? That you can define by using these options. These are all the options required for, these are required for form elements. By using these form elements, then you can create a simple good screen here. Your form looks uniform, your form looks better in appearance, right? But you have some more classes. First, I will give example up to this. This is basic example. How we create a form, how we keep the classes for the elements. This is a basic one. Now let's copy this and let me put that here. So we have This is example for form, right? Whatever I designed, I am giving here. Now, another important here, while designing the forms, you will see Bootstrap form input group. Bootstrap form input groups will be there. These are also very popularly used, form input groups. So form input group classes. So what are the classes? Only two are there. We have input group and sizes are there. Input group text. You can use input group size. Size is like you can add SM or you can add LG. Then you can create input groups. Input groups are very popular. Input group is nothing but it looks like all elements are combined. Just like you see, suppose you see some Amazon. This Amazon search bar. Many times by seeing this, people ask this question like, sir, how to put a button in text box? It is not a button in text box. It is a button attached right side to text box. It is not inside text box. It is a drop down attached left to text box, not inside text box. This will confuse many times. People say that, sir, I seen a search bar. Search button is inside text box. That's not inside text box. You are feeling like that. That is actually right side of text box. It looks like that. That's a very simple thing actually. What we do, let's design that. Suppose I will create a new one. So input group.html. Now I am creating a new page. And you know here input group. And you need to link both of them. So link relation is equal to style sheet. Href is node modules. Bootstrap icons, font icons.cs. There is no order. Any file, anywhere you can link. Linking CSS don't have order. For linking JavaScript, there is order. If you are linking JavaScript files, if you misplace the order, they don't work. For CSS, there is no order. Anything first, second, you can keep. So style sheet and href. This time it is node modules. In that what? Bootstrap dist CSS bootstrap.css. Okay. Now we will do one more work here. Let's put a class here for body because margins will be very shrinked. So we'll just put class padding 4. All directions, some padding will be there for the body section. So, and I will also use margin 4 for body. Okay. Now I will show you here Amazon search. So we will see Amazon search. Let's run this and see. It is just a simple page. Now below this, what I will do is for Amazon search, you put a container. In that, what you have seen, 3 elements. First, left to right, we will come. Left side, you have seen a drop down. Am I right? Drop down contain option like all. Drop down contain option like electronics. So it contains option like some shoes. Like this, we have something. After the drop down, next what you saw, text box. Input type is equal to text. After that, what you saw, button. Button have a span, class BI what? Search. And you see, this is what you saw actually. Now, this is what you saw in this Amazon search bar. Now, for text box, I will give class form control. For button, I will put a class BTN warning. And you can see now it looks like this. This is text box and this is button. And this drop down, I'm not giving drop down separate class because I want same like that only. But it should highlight. If you want to highlight, then what you can do is for this, you can put a class input group text. Input group text. Okay. It will look like this now. Now, all these three must be grouped. That's very simple. All these are in one container for that input group. That's it. Then it will combine all. Now your Amazon search is ready. That's what we do. There is nothing like inside text box, something you keep. Right. This is a simple Amazon search. It's a simple Amazon search. Though this is the text and this is the drop down and this is the button. Alignments, indents, so much is there. We will see later. But this is basic how we can create an input group. All you have to keep in input group. Suppose you have seen in the introduction, we designed Netflix. We have seen Netflix. In Netflix design, when you saw Netflix register, div. In the Netflix register, you have seen input type is email. Email have a placeholder. So in the placeholder, I am giving your email address. After that, there is a button. Button have a span. So we have get started. Get started and span have class BI, chevron right. And usually it looks like this. It looks like this. Now what we do is for the email, we will put a class as form control. For button, we will put a class. What is it? BTN danger. And these two are one group. Then we will put a class. What is it? Input group. That's it. It looks like that. We can put size large. We say input group LG, large, little large size will come. Right. And here actually, suppose this container, if you want to apply background color, foreground colors, text colors, actually we have bootstrap, background and text colors. We can apply like this. Simple classes are there. BG contextual and we have text contextual. Contextual like this. Contextual means no need to explain. I already given there. Contextual means primary, danger, warning and all. So you see now what we are doing. For this container, BG dark. Then it will give background dark. And P4, padding 4. It will keep like this. That is the background for that. Right. So we can give background. For example, suppose this input group, not only here, everywhere it is used. For example, suppose I am adding like this. Let's say, suppose heading, right? I'm giving like some price. We have a div. In the div, we have a span. In the span, we have ampersand hash 8377. It is rupee. Input type is equal to text. Class as form control. And another span. Here we have 0.00 like this. This is actually a text box like this. Now what we will do is for left span, we will put a class input group text. For right span also, we will put input group what? Text. And all these three, we will put a class. What is it? Input group. And you can see that input group will look like this. it looks like it is combined. It's like combined. This you will see in so many sites. For example, see, suppose what is our previous one? Our previous form bootstrap. In this, for example, I want to enter, what is it, username? Yeah, I want to enter this text box. I will put a span here. Class BI person fill. And what we will do is, here we give, this is input group text. Input group text. And we will make this as class as input group. And you can see username. I will run that. I will run this here and you can see the username. So this is person fill means icons not there. Icon is not linked. We have to link relation what? Style sheet. href is node modules. Bootstrap icon font icons.cs. Now you can see it looks so icon.css. Right? Say spelling. Okay. Now you see that username like this. For passwords, what you see usually? For password, you will see a span class bi key fill. And we have like input group text. And here we will give class input group we are designing. Then it will be like this. These are all input group. You can bind right side. Suppose right side, sometimes you will see span class bi circle, check circle. We have check circle and input group text. And it looks like this. This is actually when they are typing later through JavaScript, we change them. They're entered wrong, red cross mark will come. Right. So here, so we have suppose the same. Let's keep after password box also. Like this we are having. So suppose we are displaying under this div, we have another div. We are displaying like username required, like hints something. Usually such options we apply class. We have text danger, text primary, text success. Then you see hints. That means it's just like error messages. For text color, you can apply by using text and contextual. Background color, you can apply by BG context. Depends how you want to apply that, right? This is the basic design. These are called input groups. Input groups are used for designing this combined content. This also I will give. And this is the example of how you can use an input group, right? I hope now by seeing this, you can design some simple concepts like suppose we have Amazon. So Amazon sign in. I hope you can design this, right? You can design this. What is this one? Details and summary. Remember, we learned details, summary, expand and collapse. This is a text box and this is a button. I hope by seeing this now you can design this one easily. You can try creating this, right? These kind of forms are simple. Suppose you have some Instagram. You see this is Instagram. These are very simple now. They don't have label. Directly placeholder is present. This is not label. They are using placeholders. right? These kind of designs are very simple. Suppose you see registration form. What do you say? Is it difficult to design these now? It's very simple. You can easily create these designs, right? So inline forms you can create. So one below another you can configure, right? This is the advantage of Bootstrap. One special is for radios and checkboxes, switch-like appearance. That is designed by using what? Form switch. Form switch. For that, I given one class also. These are all the Bootstrap classes. Actually, Bootstrap have hundreds of classes. For display, positions, they have hundreds of classes. Actually, I will show you now here. You remembered in the beginning, we ignored that when we designed shopper template. When we designed shopper template, where we designed, when we designed this shopper template, if you have observed, here there is an option number 3, 2, like this, right? That we can design by using positions and all. I will show you a simple technique point here. Means how Bootstrap can do them. I will show a sample example here. Let's say cart. So I'm having a button. Inside the button, so I'm giving a simple span. This span contains here your cart. So class bi cart 4, something I defined. So I added your cart items, and this button is having a class btn and btn some primary, like this we are having. So that is the button. Let's open that. So you have that button here, so that your cart items button is there. Now what I will do is at the end I'm adding a span. This span number I given some 3, and you see there is a 3 number. I want to highlight that 3. Then you can simply use an option called, there is a ready-made class called badge. You can use a Bootstrap class called badge. Badge is used for separating any value in a text or some area. Now, if I use badge, you see badge makes it little different. And for that we will apply. So we will apply BG danger. BG danger means it will display red. Am I right? So we are displaying red color for that. Let me remove all other things for you, just to show this point. Yeah, you can see this is there, right? Now I want this some corner top like that. Then actually the parent is button. Then button have a position. We can use position relative. And the span have a position. This position is absolute. We design now. I showed you offer how to keep in template, right? For parent we give relative. For the element inside we give absolute. Here you just write 2 classes. Then you will see like this, right? So button class something missed. I applied position absolute for this class. For button, here removed a btn danger, a btn what primary, and you can see it looks like this. I want to make it round. You know already. We have to use rounded what? Circle. It will display like this. These are the basic things. That means suppose I remove the text for that. Just I am adding here. A simple span is here. and we are displaying like this, right? I am just changing the button as so some BTN dark. So it looks like this. This kind of appearance, later you will learn all these options, means positions, display also you can just apply through class. You don't need to write much, right? So no need to concentrate on this as of now. Mostly you have to work with form elements that I will give you here. So now try to design forms by using all these classes. Now in this, we will discuss one more, how latest forms use validations, how we control validations for the forms and elements through CSS we do. That we will see in the next session. Tomorrow we will do that. Okay. In tomorrow's session, we will learn about more forms concept. We call it as form validation, right? How it works with CSS, we will see. Tomorrow we'll continue.